What we'll be looking at in this informal lab video is a brief visual demonstration of Cyren's Cloud Sandbox Array, a global cloud technology providing a fundamental step forward in the battle against hyper-evasive malware. The Cloud Sandbox Array leverages a highly innovative approach to advanced threat detection, implementing a patent-pending multi-sandbox array technology that's linked together and coordinated by a sophisticated heuristics-based scoring engine. Pre-processing combines both static and dynamic analysis. Then the expected behaviors of the file are predicted and an appropriate sandbox is then selected. The file is then submitted to the selected sandbox and monitored for malicious activity, as well as a complete expression of all expected behaviors. You will see this momentarily in the video demonstration. If the full set of expected behaviors are not seen, then the file is recursively submitted to different types of sandboxes, which may vary by operating system, browser type, or virtual or even physical environments until full behavior is observed and an aggregate threat score is calculated. Once malicious files and URLs are identified, Cyren fingerprints and blocks them across its global network within seconds. The first action taken is a static analysis, as mentioned, against Cyren's AV engine to determine whether a signature exists, and also against Yara, a tool designed to help malware researchers identify and classify malware samples. Additional pre-processing combines both static and dynamic analysis. Then expected behavior of the file is predicted, and as mentioned, the appropriate sandbox is then selected. The initial analysis, as seen here, yields a threat score of 10. Let's look at a visual demonstration of the Cloud Sandbox Array in action. In our test sample, we've never seen this file before, so we don't know if it's malicious. As you will see to the left here, the sample file is initially detonated in an in-house, non-public version of the VirusTotal sandbox. According to VirusTotal, this file is indeed clean. As you'll see momentarily, OS behavior is fairly normal, though the file detonation does spawn a mutex, generating an additional threat score of 5. IDS found the file to be clean as well. Regarding network behavior, IP reputation and URL classification, indications are that a request is being made to a URL domain suspected to be malicious. In addition, over 25% of the total connections are failing. We now have an aggregate threat score of 63. Because of these conditions, we will run a second sandbox, a Windows XP virtual machine, and upon further dynamic analysis, we start seeing more malicious behavior and now start seeing files being dropped, with more than 25 files created or modified and more than 50% of the connections failing. Auth-root certificates are deleted, as well as attempts to delete proxy settings. We now have an aggregate behavioral threat score of 97. At this point, we know the file is malicious and would block it as malware. Drop files, 52, threat score 52. IDS still finds no risks. Network behavior, more than 50% of the connections have failed. OS behavior, not looking too good as well. Dropping more than 25 files, and so on. However, we don't stop here. Looking to the left of the brain and down, Cyren also leverages physical machines within its cloud array to ensure that malware fully executes and is analyzed. With the increasing sophistication of malware, in particular detonation intelligence, you scroll up here, across the physical array of Windows machines, we're seeing a significant increase in malware activity and associated artifacts. And looking in this section here, we're seeing the manipulation of processes. You'll see the pop-ups in a moment here. Manipulation of processes at the kernel level, the spawning of new processes, the deletion and creation of registry keys. modifications to the browser, proxy settings, deletion of auth root certificates. Now we're at a score of 99. Looking to the right of the brain now and down, you see that we are detonating the sample file on Windows virtual machines, 32-bit virtual machines running SSL termination. So we do this to compare the detonation characteristics with the other Sandbox results to see how intelligent the malware is and understanding the environment that it is igniting in. And so we see the final threat score here going up from 99 to 100. And let's look at the final aggregated attributes here at the brain. And you can see when we scroll down across all of the various sandboxes where we've detonated the sample file and heuristically analyzed it, here are all the various bad things happening associated with this particular piece of malware. Thank you for allowing me to share this lab video with you, and we hope to see you at the RSA event.